Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into what is absolutely shaping up to be one of the most fascinating narratives of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We've got Germany, the legendary four-time world champions, right? A true footballing titan that expects literally nothing less than perfection. And stepping onto this massive stage to face them, a nation making its very first World Cup appearance, Curaçao. It's this incredible, stark contrast between a seasoned giant and a hungry newcomer, and man, it really sets the stage for a dramatic opening match. So that brings us to the massive question hanging over this entire matchup. Are we on upset alert, or is Germany in trouble right out of the gate? It's the question on every single football fan's mind right now. Can the Germans avoid an embarrassing, disjointed start to their Group E campaign, or are we about to witness the very first major shock of this tournament? Let's break down exactly how this is taking shape. Moving into Section 1, the ultimate mismatch, David versus Goliath on the world stage. Just look at the contrasting mentalities of these two squads. I mean, on one side, you have Germany. Four-time champions, yes, but after some really disappointing performances in recent World Cups, the pressure on them is just immense. The media expects results, the fans expect results, Germany expects results. But on the flip side, Curaçao's story couldn't be more different. Just qualifying is a monumental, historic achievement for them. Nobody is expecting them to win today. And honestly, sometimes those are the most dangerous teams to play against because they have absolutely nothing to lose. They can just step onto that pitch and play completely fearless football. Up next is Section 2, Form and High Stakes, setting the stage in Group E. You know, an opening match can completely define a team's entire tournament trajectory. A big, dominant win builds this mountain of confidence, while a sloppy performance creates an instant pressure cooker. But as the old saying goes, every tournament gives us a surprise. We all know World Cups aren't won on paper, right? Surprise underdog stories are quite literally woven into the fabric of this tournament's history. And today, Curaçao has a chance to write the biggest chapter in their footballing history. But pulling off that surprise is not going to be easy against a newly revitalized German squad. Under Julian Nagelsmann, Germany has finally started to look like serious contenders again. Their attack is looking super sharp. The midfield is buzzing, their pressing and passing, way improved across the board. But the absolute most crucial point here is that their confidence is fully 100% back. Even so, we really can't overlook Curaçao's impressive journey just to get here. They didn't just stumble onto football's biggest stage by accident. They fought tooth and nail through a grueling qualification process to earn their place. That's not luck. That's built on relentless hard work and undeniable quality. And here is a fantastic little piece of trivia that adds a whole new layer of intrigue to this. 0. Germany and Curaçao have 0 previous matches against each other. No World Cup meetings, no friendlies, nothing. It's a completely blank slate. And what that means is there's no historical blueprint for either team to rely on, making this matchup just incredibly unpredictable. All right, Section 3, Key Players to Watch, Rostering the Stars. Fortunately, both teams are heading into this match at near full strength. Starting with Germany's primary weapons, well, Jamal Musiala is going to be at the center of everything. He uses his elite dribbling and creativity to just eliminate defenders in seconds, and that directly creates space for Florian Wirtz's incredible vision and passing, which, of course, perfectly sets up Kai Havertz, whose really intelligent movement inside the penalty area makes him a constant goal threat. These three operate as a cohesive unit, and they'll really dictate just how comfortable Germany's victory might be. On the other side of the pitch, Curaçao's hopes rest on a few key shoulders. The spotlight is really on Giovanni Castanier. He is fast, direct, and super dangerous when you give him open space. In the center of the part, Leandro Bacuna brings some absolutely essential leadership and midfield experience. And up front, Rangelo Djonga is the guy tasked with finishing any chances Curaçao manages to scrape together. Look, for a miracle to happen today, these three men must have the game of their absolute lives. Let's move to Section 4, the tactical breakdown, how the match will be won. The tactical game plans here honestly couldn't be more opposed. It's fascinating. Germany's plan is incredibly aggressive. They want to completely dominate possession from the opening whistle, push their fullbacks super high, and attack relentlessly to stretch Curaçao's defense and create those dangerous overloads. Curaçao's plan? Well, it's all about survival and opportunistic striking. They're going to sit deep, stay incredibly compact, keep heavy numbers behind the ball to frustrate the Germans, and eagerly look to strike on the counterattack. Now, this specific clash of styles brings us to the absolute key to deciding the entire match. It all comes down to a very specific window on the clock, the first 30 minutes. And here is exactly why that window matters so much. If Germany scores inside the first 20 minutes, well, the game could become very one-sided very quickly. Curaçao would be forced to abandon their tight defensive shape, which only opens up more space for Germany's elite attackers. But if Curaçao survives the opening 30 minutes, everything changes. As that clock keeps ticking, the pressure shifts entirely onto Germany's shoulders. The crowd gets impatient. The heavy favorites start getting frustrated. And suddenly, the underdog really starts believing. Which brings us to Section 5, the final prediction, reality check. Let's be realistic for a second and look at the undeniable facts. Germany has the better squad, they have the better individual players, they have much better team depth, and of course, they have significantly more experience at this elite level. These are just overwhelming, undeniable advantages that they're bringing onto the pitch today. So the bottom line is this: Curaçao deserves a tremendous amount of respect for just reaching the World Cup. They're going to fight, they're going to defend with everything they have, they might even create a few really dangerous moments that scare the German defense. But logically, over a full 90 minutes, Germany's sheer quality should eventually find a breakthrough and just be too much to handle. Which brings us to the definitive score prediction. I'm predicting a solid 4 for Germany. With all their tactical advantages, I think we can comfortably expect Jamal Musiala to find the back of the net and Florian Wirtz to deliver an absolute masterclass assist.